Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to Adults Boxing. We're back again with a pre-gaming show for you guys, just to cover the upcoming fight week, October the 1st through the 6th. So, we got some good stuff popping for you guys, and we're going to cover everything. Before I get into it, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe for sure. Yeah, we're gonna get right into it though. Not gonna hold you guys up. So we have, man, I like this one right here. This fight kind of came out the blue. I wasn't really even thinking on this, but I like it. You got Brandon Glanton versus Marcus Brown. These guys are fighting in Nigeria. My man, let's be real. What's good with you, bro? Um, they fight in Nigeria live on the zone. This event is promoted by Amir Khan, former world champion. You know what I'm saying? Marlon Prince in the building with that super chat. He said, "Salute, bud. What's good with you, man? Salute. I appreciate the support." Mike in the building. What's good with you? So this fight is gonna be held at the cruiserweight division, man. It's interesting. Here's the full card right here. So you got a notable name on here. Dan Aziz, he's on the card. And it's a bunch of African matchups, prospects, and stuff like that. So we can tap into. But the main event, though, let's get back to that. I like it. Brandon Glanton, he's a come forward pressure fighter at the cruiserweight division, always in great fights. He kind of got one style. He coming straight ahead, landing hard shots. Marcus Brown got the pedigree. Good boxer, Olympian, got decent power, but we haven't seen much from him. He only had one fight at the cruiserweight division, and that was over a year ago. He's just been real inactive. But if everything on the up and up, I mean, this a fight you'll probably favor Marcus Brown because his skill set. He can do a little bit more in the ring. Now, he was doing well against Arthur Beterbiev with that pressure, but then he folded. Beterbiev is a different type of puncher. Brandon Glanton is a good puncher, but he kind of fades in the middle of fights. Then he'll pick it up down the stretch, and he's not as consistent in the duration of fights as I would like him to be, Brandon Glenn, but he can fight though. And if it's one of those dog fights, like they fighting in the pocket and they going blow for blow, I think Glanton has the advantage. But if Marcus Brown uses intellect, his boxing ability, use the ring, and he can walk Brandon Glenn into some shots. And if his power carries, then we got another, we got something else to talk about. So this is a good one though. The winner, they got to be in position for some type of world title shot at cruiserweight or something bigger because this is actually two big names. Because cruiserweight don't got a lot of big names. You know what I'm saying? Other than like the champions, but anything after that is not so crazy. So yes, sir. So this is October the 1st, live on the zone. Make sure you guys tap in. Yes, sir. All right. So we have this fight card right here. It's from upstate New York. Niagara Falls. You can catch this card on ESPN Knockout if you guys have access to that. So Villar versus Askavilica. Those guys are junior flyweights. So what's that? 108 pounds. They fighting for world title contention. So yes, sir. And then we have Mariah Cripps is back. So this is a co-main event. Mariah Cripps is like I think she's like number one or number two in a couple of sanction bodies at 122 pounds, which is a hot division for the women. We're about to get an undisputed fight in November with Ellie Scottney versus Maylin Flores. They fight undisputed. So if Mariah Cripps wins, she's in position to fight. She got some good wins under her belt. She just haven't had opportunity at the world title. So she's a local favorite, being from that area, and let's see because it's definitely cracking with the women. You know what I'm saying? And it's you can get more opportunities as up and coming contender with the females because now it's got money in there now with Jake Paul basically running women's boxing. So that's what it is. Yes, sir. Looking forward to that. Just do boxing. What's good with you, bro? Yeah, that's a good one. Sandoval versus Rodrigo. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro. Um, keep it pushing. Let me see. All right, so we got a card 360 promotions. You can catch this card on UFC Fight Pass. This is a light heavyweight contest. That's Bedkov versus Brusov. So light heavyweights, and we know that division is picking up as well. We got Benavidez and Yard coming up with Turbiev and Dion Nicholson. You got Callum Smith and David Morrell. We got Waxy coming back. A lot of good light heavyweights. You know what I'm saying? We have Willie Hutchinson. We're gonna talk about him too. So these guys is like on the outskirts of like the French contendership at light heavyweight. So you can catch this on UFC Fight Pass. This is Tom Loeffler and 360 Promotions. So you guys available, tap in. Here's another cruiserweight contest we got this weekend. So we got Massenet versus Deco. This is for the cruiserweight European title. So Deco kind of resembles Deontay Wilder in the ring. If you guys ever seen him, he like 6'6", tall. They kind of got a similar build, but he don't have the punching power and stuff like that. But if you guys are familiar with him, he's tall. And he's not a big time puncher, but he big enough to get guys up out of there. Massenet is the veteran. Got a lot of fights under his belt. He's a real good fighter. He's a favorite, and he's a contender in the cruiserweight division. Like he was beating Chris Billum Smith until he basically quit. You know what I'm saying? I think he had a hand injury or something, but he can fight though. So yeah, this one is live from Poland, coming up this weekend. So yes, sir. Massenet, October the 4th. All right, moving on. This is an interesting fight right here. This is Cecilia Brækhus. She's a future Hall of Famer. She's facing unified champion Emma Kuzin. This is 154 pounds for Kuzin's unified titles, WBC and WBO at 154. So this is like the farewell fight for Cecilia Brækhus. This fight is in Norway, her home country, and she normally do well when she fought there. She do a big event. She do big events there. So this is an important fight. I guess if Cecilia wins, she gonna walk away. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Maybe she'll get lured back because 154 is starting to open up. We got Michaela Mayer moving up to fight Mary Spencer for her WBA title. That's October the 30th. We got O'Shea Jones as the IBF champion. So you have an opportunity to make some big fights and unify the division against some good names. But as far as this matchup, I mean, you got the younger Kuzin, who is a southpaw. Her only loss was Carissa Shields. She got dominated in that fight. But other than that, she give girls trouble with her movement, she awkward, and she's a good boxer too. So my thing is, will she be able to implement her style against Cecilia Brækhus? Because a lot of fighters that fight Cecilia, to be honest, except for maybe Jessica McCaskill, they kind of bow down to her type shit. Like they not as aggressive, and they kind of show a lot of respect. You can't do that against a veteran like Cecilia, who's been around for a while. But I think Kuzin, with her movement, she can give Cecilia some trouble. You know what I'm saying? Cecilia, she's a boxer. She like to fight aggressive, but she really a boxer. She do a lot of, veteran tactics, holding and a lot of shit. She real crafty. She been around for a while, and this is her swan song. So let's see. Everybody gonna be behind her. Can Kuzin go into enemy territory and come out on top and kind of put all the distractions behind her and go in there and implement her game plan? We're gonna see. We're gonna see. So there, this is October the 4th. I haven't found a link for this or where we can watch it in the US, but I'm definitely gonna be looking for it because I want to see if Cecilia wins, will she continue and possibly fight? If Michaela wins the WBA, that's a fight. That's a good fight right there. Even O'Shea Jones. So yeah, it's just opening up. Let's see. Because it's kind of crazy if she win the titles, then retire. It's like, what I'm saying? Kind of like, what's the point? in a sense. So yeah, PGA's big dog in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. I appreciate you guys coming through for sure. All right, we have Queensberry boxing October the 4th live on the Zone. So we have Nathaniel Collins versus Cristobal Lorento. This one is a WBC final eliminator. And I know it's weird because in the featherweight division, we got Stephen Fulton is the WBC champion. Shushu Carrington is interim champion. Ray Vargas is champion in recess. And he trying to come back to get his title once we see what happens with Fulton and Shaki Foster. And this is a title eliminator. So it's kind of crazy. But Nathaniel Collins, I like him. Good fighter, southpaw. I mean, he good. He got some good power too. This is a homecoming fight for him. They also have a European title on the line as well, which is going to help, as far as like rankings and getting him big fights. Um, so I like that. You got Willie Hutchinson versus Mark Jeffers. So this is a light heavyweight contest. Hutchinson's been out the ring for a while. Good boxer, kind of, he's solid. Crafty. He come from that same type of school as Tyson Fury. You know, what I'm saying, they can box and a showman. He can switch hit. Good fighter. Jeffers is a rugged guy, coming off an upset loss to Sean Hemhill at super middleweight. Now he's moving up to light heavyweight. Let's see. Let's see if the new weight class is going to help him out and stuff like that. You got Glatkin versus O'Doherty. This is a British lightweight contest. A British title. They fight for the British title. So yeah, man, y'all can catch this live on the Zone. It should be rocking and rolling up in there because it's in Scotland. It's the hometown of Nathan Collins. You'll probably see Josh Taylor out there and stuff like that. So they normally do. These countries don't really get fights all the time. They normally show up and show out. So let's see. And then the last one, this is on Sunday, IBA Pro. You can catch it on their YouTube channel. So they do a lot of cards. They do a lot of cards. They had one last Friday as well. You got heavyweight, former heavyweight contender Sergey Kuzma. He's on the card. You got Olympic gold medalist Baktadir Joelov. His career kind of been stalling. He's a top ranked fighter, but don't be surprised if he get released. Top rank is about to make some cuts, and that's y'all about to see some here and there. I think Vito got released, and we probably hear some more about other fighters getting released. But Joelov, I like him as a fighter. He got good intangibles, southpaw, big puncher. He can box too, but he haven't wowed me yet. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he should be further along in his career. He should be talked about like how Moses Otama is talked about, as the next great heavyweight or whatever, right? So, yeah, he got some catching up to do. But if you guys want to tap in with this card, Sunday, you know what I'm saying? No, actually, it's Monday. I'm sorry. Monday, early Monday morning, October the 6th. I had to throw it in there because it's like an odd day. So, yeah, we got boxing, y'all. So that's all I got, man. Salute to everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't already. Tap into the website. If you want to go check out the schedule, feel free. Tap in for a reference point. And that's my time, and I'm out.